Okay, welcome. Good morning. We'll start our uh, lesson 6. Today lesson will go through our assignment discussion. As you know me, my name is Anjum Satha. Please, if you have any question, drop me email anjum@ukversity.co.uk and I'll try my best, get back to you as soon as possible. Today lesson is about assignment discussion, which we'll go through. And please, these are the PowerPoint slides available as a guidance on our Moodle page. Please, you can follow Unit 3, Strategic Human Resource Management, OTHM Level 7 qualification, which we are delivering. So please, what you need to do, make sure, so we'll go through the scenarios. Scenarios always carry on changing. So please, to follow the scenario which is updated on our Moodle page. So that's, which we'll go through. Yes, so we'll go through the assignment brief. Will this scenario make sure read about carefully and contextualize your discussion. Yes, please. So you can see the organization structure. You can see who is responsible for what and the chain of command. You can argue. So we have the task 1, which is about the PowerPoint presentation. So please, task 1 is about assessment criteria 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. It's mean open the lesson 1 lecture slide, and that's a lot of relevant stuff within that, the our presentations which we deliver at the lecture. 2.1, which is mean lesson 2, lecture 2, 2.1 and 2.2. And before that, we'll go back to our assignment brief and we look, what is inside the assignment brief, and then we'll discuss, accordingly. So please, let's read first. We have, during our lessons, we learn about our LOs. So LO1 was about the understand the role of management of human resource. So we discussed there what is meant by human resource, the role of human resource functionally in our organization, and how these impact. That was the key, in our discussion. Then second lesson, we discussed the factors, business factors that's quite crucial to determine micro and macro environment. We discuss about, different factors, political, economic, social, technological, how these impact, on human resource. So that was the key in 2.1, 2.2, and 2.3. And then we had a discussion about our LO3 next lesson. We discuss about CSR, we discuss about legal factors, we discuss about national minimum wage, we had a discussion about GDPR, we had a discussion about Health and Safety Act, Equality Act 2010. So please, these are the laws, the legislation is available, so which can be contextualized to scenario and be able to develop, human resource strategies. We discuss about cost leadership, we cost focus differentiation, and we discuss about, various models within it. And the lesson 5, which is understand the human resource approaches, we discuss soft and hard approach of human resource. We discuss about David Guest model. We discuss about the relationship with the various departments. So that was the key, which we had a discussion in the previous lessons. Okay, guys, anyone, any question here? So that's really we need to be. Then move to the scenario. We've been given the London European Club was founded in 90s. The non-profit organization is 100 years in offering, the scholarship to gifted children from the poor families, and that's, they're giving to poor families. And we can look around, the charity is governed by the board of trustees, so you can maybe look around the governance side. So please, that's, we've been given all the scenarios, so it's matter of you have to make sure before that read carefully. So you've been given the organization structure that can be argued tall, flat, and we had a discussion in our lesson. And then the CEO of the charity is 30, then very much left the management, and the club general managers who also retired later this year. So it's mean the new so organization cultures are the task culture we study, discuss about the half state cultural dimension in our lesson. That can be the CEO approaches you want to be imply HR consultancy services address. So modernization and renovations of the program include the following: refurbishment. Yes, so these are dining at the functional area, and that's you being given the scenario how many we have. Then we've been asked, in the light of so the presentation, the brief, the CEO asks you to prepare 15 minutes presentation accompanying the brief and the report of the board of directors selling for your consultancy. So as a consultancy company, what you services you're offering for HR, like HR consultant. Explain the importance of human resource. So human resource can play the key role in the organization, the right people for the right job. So your recruitment and selection policies can be, you should discuss about the strategic linking with other department. Of course, if you have a right person, right staff. So in your meeting that can be include, the strategic human resource could provide, I guess, provide to the club and their purposes. And then in a light, the factors, should consider making renovations and restructuring. So you can maybe look around the environmental factors, internal, external factors, micro, macro level factors. Yes, legislation as well, environmental, the costing, all these can be, and look around your own organization structure. So these are the requirements, considering to new contract maybe. So we can look around these points, and that's is the 500 word. Of course, you can include in appendices, you can include the speaker notes if you want to present in the PowerPoint. Normally we present in PowerPoint. You can prepare the separate file for task one. If you don't want to present separately, or you don't want to prepare the PowerPoint slide separately, what you can do, you can make it one file. Okay, then please we can look around the task 2 to 3 HR plan and memo, which we can 2.3, 3.1, 3.2, and 3. So please outline the human resource plan. Look around the Act, Equality Act, termination, which is important. So that's which we can look around, and then of course this is 1,000 to 1,500 words can be look around. That is quite crucial, which you can face. So anyone, any question here, guys? Hope you're keeping well and you can hear me properly. And if any question, feel free, please ask it. Okay, so you can look around this, which is based on task 2.3, which is mean lesson 2 and lesson 3. That's which we can discuss about what is the human resource plan, policies, and any policies can be like a national minimum growth rate, job rotation, working hours, anything that's which can be linked to the Equality Act, fair chance of representation in the company. That's which we can contextualize our discussion that can be look around. Okay, then please task 3, which is 3.3, and which is based on our lesson 4 and 5. So having the plenary work in the, you should be right, so you can explain the impact of different management and leadership duties. So please, you can discuss about the transactional leader, transformational leader, democratic, autocratic, situational, volatile are different organization structure. You can discuss about cultures, half-state cultural dimension, chain of command. That's all, and contextualize to the scenario. You can say in this case, this company can do, and they can as per discuss about in contextualize these models. So we can look around the current, the clubhouse, human resource, and discuss the relationship between management and present your analysis. Yes, because why is it crucial? So please, there is a plenty of stuff which we can use from the Google Scholar on these issues. Why is it important? What other authors said about. So overall, for this, so we can look around the presentation 500 with the speaker notes, brief report 500, HR plan, memo, and then report. So last year task is about report. Okay, so I'll take you back to we prepare the PowerPoint slide based on the based on our assignment brief. So please, it's good to be. So you can look around task one. As we discussed earlier, you can write an introduction. Yes, so it's being divided what you can do. Yes, how you can write it. Yes, how you can divide the task. Then the question LO1, yes, learning outcome one, human resource. For this, start with 2-3 definition about the human resource. You've been given the Harvard Pearson guest model can be. So then start with explaining the role of HR activities in our organization, like training, development, appraisal, HR, three appraisal and reviews, training, development, that can be. So then please move to LO2 evidence. So please, we can link about 2.1, start with the discuss the human resource planning and link to the club and determine the preliminary requirement. Yes, organization skill experience gaps that can be used. Yes, as we discussed, then of course we can move to, that's we been given the PowerPoint slide, you can, and all the guidance you have seen. Anyone, any question here? Okay, move to the next 2.3, start with the scenario, successfully securing the contract. So outline the human resource plan, memo concerning the importance of HR policies and include any policy, whichever it can be. You can contextualize CSR, corporate social responsibility, profit, planet, and people. That is also important in any organization. And then move to the LO3, 3.1, 3.2. So you can discuss about the memo and what will be covered about the policies. You can link around this laws or any other legislation like GDPR as well, General Data Protection Regulation, and that's which we can write about. Then move to the task 3, which is based on our LO4 and 5. Define these accordingly. You can divide the discussion according to assessment criteria, cover the structure of the European Union. You can look around HR plan, discover HR strategy. Here you can discuss about balance scorecard, which is given by the Norton Kaplan, benchmark KPI, key performance indicator wise important in any organization. And evidence, please, you can look around performance, structure, turnover, absentees, return on per employees. That can be that appropriate discussion which we had in our slides as well, in lecture slide. So that's the way you can divide your discussion. So please, you've been given the recommended books, and so it's a word limit is 4,500 words, but 10% more, 10% less, so that can be look around. Please, we can look around task 1 and 2 worth of, and the task 3 is slides and thousands. So please, you can look around, and of course declaration is your piece of work. That's also very important. Okay, so that's the way we need to be structure the assignment. Make sure your reference. So what I did, we are giving you one sample assignment piece of work that also help you the strategic human resource management, lot of discussion. Yes, so you will see the dividing discussions. Yes, so you will see, please, we all the links with a lot of discussion on various tasks, task 1, task 2. So please, that can be linked to, so we have 3 tasks. Either you can divide into the, so it's, this is also give you the guidance for how you can do the things. Other than that, please, I'll give you, we prepare the guidance template for you as well. So that's the guidance template is is being discussed about the task 1. So task 1, you can write little introduction, you can write down the background of organization, and then PowerPoint slide. You can make it slide, and you can, if you want, in the same file, you can include the PowerPoint link there. Yes, so that can be good. Okay, then task. So please, task you can, then task 2, you can move around as I mentioned in the PowerPoint slides as well. Divide your discussion, move to the task 3. which is about more reporting. Yes, that's you can, and make sure you add the reference. So please cover page, content page, introduction, background, scenario, which is about, you can little bit stuff pick from the scenario itself and do the task one, which is PowerPoint presentation, task two, just a presentation, task two, and then task three. So that's the way you can structure. If you want to submit one file, you can as well. That's also help you to achieve all the learning outcome. So please, that's quite, we have the sample assignment available on Moodle page. So please, you can follow them and go through the things accordingly. Okay, so please, it's good to be look, when you do, please, you can look around each week lecture slides. You've been given the books there, follow those, make sure add and use the Harvard reference style. Yes, create the table of contents, introduction, background, then you divide the discussion as the task one, then task two, task three. Look at the top of, which task is related with learning outcome. So you can open the same lesson, same week. That's also help you to be achieve your objective as what we're supposed to be achieved. So that's, the way we need to be structured. Anyone, any question, guys? No. Okay, so please, if we scroll down, you've been given all the guidance within. Yes, and please, you've been given the unit specification. I can highlight you here. So when you're doing these tasks, so let's say you're doing LO1, LO2, LO3. So if you look each LOs in, because this criteria only pass and fail, because if you're not meet the, so you will see here all the models. So these, if you're discussing these, is meeting this learning outcome. And if you're moving to the LO2, which is 2.1, 2.2, and 3 is part of your task one as well, that's you can focus all these indicative content. Move to the LO3, look around, that's your LO3 indicative content. Move to the LO4 and the indicative content. So all indicative contents you've been given. So please, you can pick from these, and that's, you can discuss in your actually assignment. You will see there everything is well, in these indicative contents being highlighted. Each assessment criteria. Yes, that's also help you. Then you've been given the recommended books, journal articles. These you can use as well. Couple of books available. Otherwise, on the search is available. Try to be latest. If is the book latest books or the journal article, use more these, because as the external environment carry on changing, and we need to include, more to date information. That's always good. So that's all today. Really, as we discussed earlier, it's a matter of, managing your assignment accordingly. So that's quite crucial. We have to do things accordingly. Okay. Good morning, Osama. You okay?
Good morning. Thank you so much. Sorry.
So we had a discussion earlier, and this is the unit specification. We learn about LO1, LO2, LO3, LO4, 5, and this is the indicative contents. Yeah. Then we have given assignment brief, which is available on our Moodle page. So that's earlier we discussed. So what you need to do, please, as you make sure read the scenario, yes, divide your discussion like 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and pick the PowerPoint slide that's related to lesson 1. Then pick the lesson 2, then lesson 3, lesson 4, 5. So these are the 5 lessons we have completed. You've been given a little scenario, which is one of the companies, London European Club, which is charities basically, and they have the, so that's, which we can link to, and then move, scroll down and read all this bit, get some information. You've been given the task 1, which is about assessment criteria 1.1, 1.2, 3, and 2.1 and 2.2. So you divide your discussion accordingly, according to these, assessment criteria, which is mean PowerPoint's lecture 1, lecture 2, you can open and you can do for the task 1. That's help you. So task 2, which is about assessment criteria 2.3 and 3.3. 3.3 means is the lesson 3. 2.3 means lesson 2, where we discuss about a lot of legislation, and the list of the legislation is given the indicative contents and some mention here, like Equality Act 2010. Move to the task 3, then is the clubhouse and all. This is based on our LO 4 and 5. It's been lesson 4 and 5 lecture slide, and that's you can, and that's we need to be overall 4,500 words, and 10% more, 10% less. That's the generic criteria. Other than that, we have earlier, I already mentioned, I'm just recapping now. So what we need to do, please follow these PowerPoint slides, is all we prepared. The scenario is there, then yes, then we discuss about, the scenario, and we, all the assessment criteria. So please, each criteria, we give the guide, here, which models you can discuss for these. So like 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, we mention what you can. So you can start with 2, 3 definition about HR. You can discuss about Harvard, Pearson, and guest model as suggested in, and as we have in our PowerPoint slide, those are given our Moodle page as well. So assessment criteria 1.2, you discuss about what is the planning, recruitment, selection in HR, why important, and why this is crucial for London Club to look around these, because of putting the right. The L 1.3 is about appraisal, which we have. The appraisal is very important, training and development. What is difference between and the method on the job, off the job, and trend. So you can, and then move to the 2.1, exactly the same way which I just mentioned, and look around. That's your task. Then we have the guidance for task 2. So please, assessment criteria 2.3, 3.1, 2, and 3, and what you can do, outline all the key points. What we gave all the explanation, what you can do for the task 3.1 and 3.3. You can pick, these legislation. Other than other legislation, absolutely fine. Or you want to discuss the legislation from your own countries and link if the company will work there, so that legislation can be applied. So we can look around assessment criteria 3.3, which is about CSR, corporate social responsibility, that can be. And the move to the task 3, which is about 4.1, 4.2, and 3, and then different, the management leadership theories. We can look around like situational leaders, transactional leaders, transformational leaders, and the structure. Here, culture we discuss about different cultural model, Hofstede and handy cultural dimension and cultural web. Think globally, act locally. Culture is very important within or outside the organization. Culture match, and that's we had a discussions. That's you can link to, and please follow all the guidance. Here you've been given balance scorecard model, which is given by the Norton Kaplan, which we discussed earlier. That can be linked. So please, you can complete all these tasks, which is around 2,000 words per task for task 3. So other than that, we had, in our sample assignment we have on our Moodle page. So please follow them as well. So this is 1 hour, but you can make sure you divide according to your and link to the current scenario which we have. Okay, so that's also help you. Other than that, I have created a template for you how you can structure your assignment. So always good to be, please, you have a cover page and look around the table of contents, and then move to the introduction, the task 1 presentations, task 2 is about assessment criteria 2.3 as we shown in the PowerPoint as given in the assignment brief, and then task 3 underneath you can write and make sure you add some references. So please, that's the way table of contents it can be look like as well. Okay, so that's all from my end. Anyone any question? Any question?
No, thanks so much.
Okay, thanks for attending and have a lovely weekend. Hope I will speak to you all during our next delivery of the unit. And thanks for your questions and thanks for learning. Thanks for attending this session and hope I will speak to you all. Thank you. Thanks for attending.